what has your company done that maybe has helped you, or that has helped you achieve growth, and or like at what point did you notice scaling became easier for you?
Great question, Chris. I really didn't know what I was going to do in 2020. We were doing great.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden,
Yeah.
you know,
I think a lot of people were like that.
as
Myself
Tony, as
included.
Tony Stark in Avengers said, sorry, Earth is closed today. You know?
Right.
And I'm like, what just happened? And we started to realize then, okay, the traditional way of doing X and Y, start to pivot and everybody realizing. But then the pendulum swung so much that everyone thought everything was going to be virtual forever.
Right.
So I remember doing a webinar for a risk network company. And I said, well, I think by 2023, maybe 2024, you'll start to see a swing back where now you're going to have people back in the offices. And I think that's going to cause a major problem because that's the first time people are interacting with others. A lot of
Right.
people were hired during those COVID Zoom days, right? And then we realized, you know what? Companies need to be agile. They need to have both. And so they're hybrid. And they're, some days in, some days remote. They have multi-unit locations. They're changing the way that they're conducting and doing business. And what we decided at that point is, let's just change the model in a way that's going to drive the needle for the client, meaning let's remove the stress of them having to ask for things and then we're invoicing them on them. Let's change it to, this is it. This is what we'll commit to. And every employee gets touched. We have services for everyone. We have systems, but we have the unlimited consulting.
Right.
And what I realized about the unlimited consulting was they started to take up on that. And then they started asking more questions.
Right.
If they thought they had to pay for this extra, they would be very careful about what they're paying. And they wouldn't have learned as much as they did by having the option of, you can always reach out to us. We're always available. So once we changed that model to this all-inclusive for that, then all of a sudden business went like this.
Right.
We had companies reaching out to us. We only tailored it for the SMBs, small to mid-sized businesses, but yet these larger institutions were reaching out saying, okay, I get it. That's really tailored for them because of the amount of employees they have. But we only have like 80 or 90 district managers, or we only have like 100 of these in store managers, or we only have 100 of, emerging leaders because I do a lot of high potential stuff. The high potential is my favorite, okay? Because a lot of people misconstrue high potential to high performers. There's a huge difference.
Yeah.
And so, then they started realizing, why can't we have all of that, but just for that set population?
Right.
So I went back to my team and I'm like, let's not overthink this.
Right.
Give them what they want.
Yep.
And because of that, we started really now thinking it doesn't matter what size the company is. I have a company that's only 6 people they ask us to support. 6. They're probably investing the same as a company with 800 people.
Right.
Because for them, the value of what they're doing to succession plan these folks into the next level is it's an amount for them that is the ROIs every year there for them.
Right.